Everyone knows crying out loud at a British funeral is disrespectful, but I let my husband's adopted sister wail anyway. Why? Because in my past life, my husband had a distant relative who was a British noble. When he passed away, the lawyer said my husband could inherit his fortune and invited him to the funeral. His adopted sister Chloe insisted on tagging along to see the world. But really, she wanted to curry favor with the aristocrats and show off. Her plan? Cry her eyes out at the funeral to attract attention. I tried to stop her. British nobles hate dramatic scenes at funerals. Forget the inheritance. We'll probably get kicked out, Chloe cried, accusing me of looking down on her and thinking she wasn't good enough to mingle with nobility. She ran out of the venue and got caught in a riot, where she was accidentally shot and killed. I thought my husband would be devastated. Instead, he silently attended the funeral and inherited the fortune. 6 months later, on our anniversary, he took me to a snowy mountain for a photo shoot. The moment we got up there, he stuffed me into a sleeping bag and tied it shut. If you hadn't made a big deal out of nothing, Chloe wouldn't have run out and gotten killed. I was buried alive in the snow, freezing to death while my husband used the inheritance to become a CEO. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day Chloe insisted on crying at the funeral. Sis, why won't you let me cry? The Duke had no children. What's wrong with me shedding a few tears for him? Sitting in the car on the way to the funeral, hearing Chloe's familiar whining, I realized with a jolt that I had been reborn. Chloe's eyes were red. She hadn't even started her performance for the Duke yet, but she was already playing the victim with me. My mother-in-law hugged her, shooting me a glare. A noble's funeral is full of important people. What's wrong with a little crying? Maybe someone will see her kind heart and a rich suitor will come knocking. Seeing she had backup, Chloe stopped hiding her intentions. She checked her eyeshadow in the mirror. I've been practicing my makeup for a month. Today I'll look so pitiful and beautiful when I cry. Sis is just jealous because I'm young and pretty. She's afraid I'll outshine her in front of the nobles. Yeah. Chloe had been preparing for this day for a long time. She spent a fortune at top beauty salons and even took acting classes to learn how to cry beautifully. I sneered, my eyes full of mockery. You're going to a funeral, not a speed dating event. Dressed like that? Are you afraid people won't realize you're fishing for a man? Chloe looked like a cat whose tail had been stepped on. She started sobbing. I researched the Duke's life. I hired a writer for my eulogy and memorized it. Is it so bad to let the Duke know he has family from abroad who cares? You just look down on me. My husband Ryan chimed in impatiently. Nancy, what is wrong with you? It's not enough to cause trouble at home, you have to embarrass us abroad too? Chloe put so much effort into this. Maybe she'll make us look good. And you? What do you do besides pick fights? Ryan had always been like this. He spoiled his adopted sister and always assumed I was bullying her. No matter how ridiculous Chloe acted, he never disciplined her. Instead, he forced me to cater to her. In my past life, I emphasized that wailing at a British noble's funeral was highly disrespectful. My father-in-law needed money for surgery. The inheritance was our only hope. If we disturbed the peace of the deceased and annoyed the guests, forget the money. We'd be thrown out. But Chloe was stubborn. She insisted on crying. When I couldn't persuade her, I physically covered her mouth to stop her. Chloe was furious. She ran out crying and was killed in a riot. Ryan got the inheritance, but he blamed me for Chloe's death and pushed me off a snowy mountain. This time I was going to watch Chloe dig her own grave. She could cry all she wanted. If Ryan didn't get the inheritance today, his father wouldn't have money for surgery. Then they'd really have a funeral to cry at. After we entered, a server noticed we were foreigners and explained the funeral procedures, adding a reminder. According to British aristocratic custom, loud crying is not permitted at the funeral. As soon as the server left, Chloe raised an eyebrow. She's just jealous because I'm prettier than her. She's afraid her master will like me. My mother-in-law nodded eagerly. Those women serving nobles, they're all scheming. I couldn't help but laugh. Chloe was way too confident. Did she really think she was beautiful enough to make every woman in the world jealous? Seeing me laugh, she seemed to realize something. You were chatting so happily with that server. Did you bribe her? Just to stop me from crying? You really—
Click the link in my bio to get the full story for free.